Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Outsole Brothers channel. And this is everything we know so far about the Adidas Harden Vol.6. So of course, let's go over the leaked images first. So remember the leaked images of this shoe? It says sample on it, and this definitely was a sample. So as far as the outsole goes, we have a variety of circle. It's kind of like a swirly pattern here in the heel, and also in the middle of the outsole we can see the Roman numeral 13, right? So I think James Harden's number is 13, right? So that has changed. Also, as far as the materials go, that has changed as well, right? So we have official images of the Harden Vol.6, which is pretty dope. We have actually a couple of colorways. So we have this like blue and green colorway, which is kind of weird, not a huge fan. We have this lighter green and blue colorway. We have this peach color, which looks pretty good. And also we have this black and white colorway, which I think looks the best. We need I'm gonna be a star colorway. We haven't had one since the 5. Did we have I'm gonna be a star for the Harden Vol.4? I don't remember about the 4, but the 3, the 2, and the 1 definitely had one. But anyways, as far as the outsole goes, we have a very different pattern, right? So we can see Harden actually wearing the shoe as well. And so if you look at the actual official pictures, we got some herringbone. I guess they did change it up. So we have a large herringbone throughout the majority of the outsole. In the midsole, we have kind of like a star-shaped pattern. And then on the forefoot, on the lateral side, we have a smaller herringbone traction pattern for some reason. I wonder if it's like a different compound. It probably isn't, right? And then also in the heel on the lateral side, we can see the Adidas 3 stripes. And also something that reminds me of the Harden Vol.1 is the midfoot chain plate. Look, that looks very, very similar, right? As you guys can see, the midfoot chain plate looks very, very similar to the Harden Vol.1. As far as the traction pattern goes, I don't know, the Harden Vol.3 is the only shoe in his entire line with herringbone. The Harden Vol.1, the 2, the 4, and also the 5 kind of like had this weird like digital spider web pattern is what I like to call it, right? So the Harden Vol.3 had herringbone, and the Harden Vol.3 is one of my favorite shoes to play in ever. Such a great shoe. The traction also bites like crazy. So hopefully the Harden Vol.6 bites like the Harden Vol.3, but of course we'll have to see on that. Also, it looks like a very flat shoe as well. Like if you look on the side profile of the shoe, it looks kind of flat. You know, I guess the forefoot is a little bit curved, especially comparing it to like the Dawn Issue 1, but it still looks relatively flat. And also if you look at the midfoot, it does kind of raise up a little bit. It kind of has that like decoupled look, although it isn't a decoupled like outsole. I guess it is a little decoupled, I guess, on the medial side. But anyways, there's the outsole there that is changed up. Also, another thing that is changed up is the cushioning setup. So in the sample, as you guys can see from this like inside of the shoe, it was the same exact cushioning setup as the Harden Vol.5, which had me very disappointed when I saw the leaked images, right? It's pretty much a drop-in midsole, which usually I really like drop-in midsoles, but they really missed the mark on the Harden Vol.5. And so it's a boost slash like light strike combination if I remember correctly, but it wasn't like that nice. And also here in the heel, as you guys remember, super clunky, right? So that had me very worried. But if you look at Harden's kind of like on-foot pictures, on the medial side, it looks very similar to the Harden Vol.1. So I'm guessing it's just a full-length boost setup. It looks very low to the ground. And also there is another picture with this black and white colorway. As you guys can see, we can see the boost. It doesn't look like it's a drop-in midsole at all. And if you look at the actual official images, from the top view, it doesn't look like it's a drop-in midsole either. It looks, it says boost just like the Harden Vol.5, but you can't really see the drop-in midsole. It just looks like the insole, and it says boost on the insole, which is pretty cool. So I'm guessing the cushioning setup is going to be very similar to the Harden Vol.1, which I'm not mad at. You know, the Harden Vol.1 had a very nice cushioning setup, full-length boost. Although it was caged, there is a good amount of compression here in the heel, but I don't know, like, if you guys look at the Harden Vol.6, this plastic looks really stiff, right? Yeah, I also don't really like, you know what this reminds me of is that texture on the Yeezy foam runners. I actually have it right here. The foam runner texture, doesn't that look very similar? The texture right here, and also the texture on the cage on the lateral side on the Harden Vol.6. Maybe it took some inspiration on that, I don't know. But yeah, the cage looks very, very stiff. So hopefully it doesn't like cage up the heel that much. Hopefully there's a little bit of compression, but we'll have to see on that. Also, from the top view, we can see a lot of Achilles pillows. So they definitely kept that from the Harden Volume 5. One thing that I hope the Harden Volume 6 does a lot better than the Harden Volume 5 is that it's not stiff. Like this shoe is fully broken in. I played in this shoe a lot and it's still so damn stiff. And if you look at other shoes, let me get a shoe that has a drop-in midsole, right? So for example, the Kobe 9 drop-in midsole. Like I can push it with a finger. That's how flexible the shoe is. Same thing with the Kobe 8, look at that. Are you kidding? And then they do the same thing here in the Harden Volume 5. It's just like, yo, like, it's so stiff, you know? And this rubber is so damn thick. You know what I mean? So it just felt like a boot, very, very stiff, which I did not like. And I'm getting the same kind of vibes from the Harden Volume 6. Like I said, that cage on the lateral side looks super thick, like that plastic. Hopefully it's not, but it looks stiff and also looks thick. So if that's going along the entire like lateral side of the shoe, it's gonna stiffen up the shoe a lot, and it's probably gonna be hard to bend, right? So I'm very worried about that design. The Achilles Pillows also didn't help with the heel slippage. There was a good amount of heel slippage just because the shoe is just so damn stiff that your heel wants to pop out of the shoe. And the Achilles Pillows didn't really help. I mean, they helped a little bit, but it didn't help that much in just like locking your heel down, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll have to see on that. Also, as far as the materials go, the tongue, we have a mesh tongue and we got 2 pull tabs on the left and right side of the tongue. Looks kind of weird, right? Also, we have a pull tab in the back of the shoe as well. And as far as the materials go, I actually don't know what this material is. I can't figure it out, guys. Like if you look at the actual material, it looks like a felt material, right? If you look at this black and white colorway, it looks like a felt material. And I'm not a huge fan of that really at all. As far as the quality goes, I mean, I guess the Hardens have been kind of on the cheaper side, like 130 bucks, right? I believe the Harden Volume 5 was 130 bucks, right? But yeah, this felt material definitely doesn't look very nice. Can we just go back to the 3? The 3 had great material. The 3 had the best materials, actually, in my opinion. The Prime Knit, it was kind of thick, but it felt very cozy, very comfortable. Also, the 4 was very nice for the material, super thin with that Prime Knit as well. The Harden Volume 5, as you guys know, was super stiff, especially with this fuse. I just keep shitting on this shoe, but anyways, there's a lot of that fuse. Like the design on the upper looks very similar in the 5 and also here in the 6, but where the fuse is, hopefully it's not stiff like the Harden Volume 5. Also from the top view, we can see Harden's logo, but then like tilted 45 degrees. That's a pretty interesting look, I guess. Where's his logo here is straight in the Harden Volume 5. Very interesting. And also where the tongue begins, we can see the Roman numeral 13. Also, another weird thing is that we have elastic bands, which are probably not going to do a whole lot, just like in the Harden Volume 3. Like the Harden Volume 6 to me is like, it took inspiration from like the Harden Volume 5, the Harden Volume 1, and also a little bit from the Harden Volume 3. And we can also see an elastic band going across like the ankle area. Why? Doesn't really do anything for function, I don't think, but I guess for aesthetics. I feel like this shoe is gonna be super supportive, just like the Harden Volume 5 was. You know, as you guys can see, there is a lot of caging on the lateral side, right? And also we can see how caged the heel is as well. Look at how, oh my God, that's crazy. So there's probably not gonna, I don't know, guys. I mean, as you guys can see, the Harden Volume 1 had a lot of caging here, but it was a pretty soft rubber, so it actually allowed the boost to compress it a little bit. But like I keep saying, this cage does not look soft at all, you know. And then this felt material also looks kind of thick. Hopefully it's not super stiff like the Harden Volume 5, but it definitely does look like thick. And I wonder how heavy the shoe is gonna be. Like, I wonder how heavy this shoe is. I don't remember, but I remember it being pretty heavy, right? No, holy crap. Yeah, I forgot how heavy this shoe was. 16.44 ounces for the Harden Volume 5. Holy crap. The Harden Volume 1, I like 13 maybe? 13.62, right? So Hardens have never been super light. I believe the Harden Volume 4 was the lightest. But yeah, the Harden Volume 6 also doesn't look very light. So just from my like initial look at this shoe, obviously I don't know anything about the shoe as far as like feeling it and stuff, but just from like looking at it, it doesn't look very nice. You know, just traction, I guess. You can only hope that it'll be good. Cushion, like I said, it is full-length boost, just like the Harden Volume 1, and it is kind of like exposed on the medial side like the Harden Volume 1, but we'll have to see how stiff that cage is. Materials look very thick, and also because of that plastic piece or that caging on the lateral side, the shoe also might be stiff, you know, just like the Harden Volume 5. And if you look at the actual like heel, just like the Harden Volume 5, it looks like it's gonna be stiff as well, and also it looks like this shoe is gonna be super heavy. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, it looks good. I like the overall design. Like the Harden Volume 5 also looks dope, but performance wise, I don't know. And as far as the release date goes, people are saying, like Sole Collector and Sneaker News, they're saying it's gonna debut early 2022, so maybe in like two months maybe. I don't know, Harden's been playing in it for quite a while, so I was guessing maybe it'll release in December, but they're having all the issues like Nike and like probably Adidas and like big retailers are having issues shipping from China to America, so we're probably gonna have a good amount of delays. But yeah, as far as the performance goes, just from my initial thoughts, I don't think it's gonna be very good. I feel like it's probably gonna be similar to the Harden Volume 5, which is not a good thing, right? So tell us what you guys think of the official pictures of the Harden Volume 6 down in the comment section below. What are your worries about this shoe? And how do you guys think the Harden Volume 6 is going to perform like? But anyways, that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.